Cancelled.
Schweezy.
Music mayhem. Garth Brooks calls out Ticketmaster's dynamic pricing, just knock off scalping. Make it illegal. Garth Brooks is calling out Ticketmaster and company's use of dynamic pricing in an August 7th article published by the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Brooks suggests the ticketing giant get rid of ticket scalping instead. When he asked to share his thoughts on the dynamic pricing or when ticket prices change based on event demand, Brooks said, "That's a tough one. Bruce Springsteen's going through it right now. We're all watching. Here's the bottom line for me, and I know this is silly, but I've screamed and screamed. As long as you've known me, just knock out scalping. That's it. Just make it illegal. That way, the pricing of the ticket is price of the ticket." The Friends in Low Places singer continued, shut the fuck up. "The same money is going to be exchanged when scalping tickets. It's just now who gets the money. That's the difference. The thing I hate about it, the hardest it's on is for the fans. The one who allows you to live your dream." Brooks didn't just call out dynamic pricing for tour shows, but also for Las Vegas residencies. "But if you go play Vegas, you do a residency, you're going to do dynamic pricing." He said, "It's going to be tough, so residencies are hard, and they always are because of the limited amount of seating anyways." I know he's crying talking about this. Brooks, who has recently shared he won't do another stadium tour after his current one ends, has been eyeing another Las Vegas residency. "We talked about if we're lucky, we can get to do a residency maybe back in Vegas. Love him. And everybody's been really, really sweet from the MGM to Caesars. Talking to Wynn, we talked to Resort World. All those guys have been very, very sweet. We've gone to each one, and then I really, really love the idea of the thought of a traveling residency," he explained. Whatever Brooks' future plans are, one thing is clear: the way Ticketmaster handles pricing needs to change. While many artists use dynamic pricing to recoup the losses they experienced due to COVID-19 pandemic and subsequent halt to all live events, the practice was in place before 2020. Artists can use the practice to make as much money as possible from a tour, or they can choose to opt out of dynamic pricing altogether, according to Inside Hook. For Brooks' own tour, ticket pricings were reached $1,700 each on resale websites, including StubHub. To be honest with you, to once say what Garth said, I will say,
And I really like that.
that's honestly a really great idea. Honestly, because I don't know when this should have been in the recent week, but recently I did see President Biden recently talk about how like he posted something on Instagram about like how like these fees for these shows are just fucking crazy and stuff like that. And I think he's talking about this is ready with Scalpers as well, you know? Scalpers as well, because Blink-182 is going through it right now. And like you're seeing their ticket costs are skyrocketing. And then, yeah, Blink-182, Taylor Swift. Apparently I saw someone be like, Taylor Swift concerts are affordable. I'm like, I didn't do any research on that, so I can't say anything. We just talked last week about how, Mark Hoppus of Blink-182 tried to buy a ticket to his own concert and was having trouble. So, yeah, it's definitely a big issue. And honestly, I'll agree with Garth.
I really like that.
Just make it illegal. But that's the question, I guess, is making it illegal, because I think there's a problem, because there is something going into it where, say I buy a ticket to a concert, because the problem is not everyone's me, not as fucking genius as me.
This is the type of guy you get.
And the fact that I just go to concerts last minute, and I did. I used to. Back before COVID, I usually just go to concerts last minute, just see it the day of, and let's just go full throttle.
Let's go full throttle.
But not everyone does that. Some people, like, for concerts, some people have kids, and so they have to plan months in advance to go to concerts. They hear a concert go on tour, it's like a couple months out, you're like, you know what, let's get ready for this, let's go to this concert. And so basically, you buy your ticket in advance, Ubers it'll probably be easy to get a ride there, you can drive there, figure out parking, drive there yourself, you can go with someone else, you can go with your friends, stuff like that. Then you kind of plan out, like, we need a babysitter for this night if we have kids, so you have to plan for the babysitters and stuff like that. Not everyone's me, just like a fucking single dude. Just like, I'll just go wherever concert I want to. Some people plan out concerts a month in advance. And so, like, some people with this dynamic pricing, when they buy their tickets at the time, it's pretty frustrating. You're like, I just want to go see a concert. I just want to take one night out of my week. I just want to go out and have fun. That's all I want to do. And you're like, I have to spend $700 a ticket to go to this show. I'm like, I don't even go to concerts ever, and this is what concerts are now. And I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of problems with the music industry. Don't get me started. And yeah, that's Ticketmaster trying to do these prices, and then you're like, oh, it's a $50 concert. I'll go to that. Then there's fucking fees that raise it up to like $300, which is off. And like, this is, I mean, the ticket pricing is, I was just talking to someone the other day about this, that, yeah, the dynamic pricing is weird, but like, I don't know, do they refund you the actual ticket price, closer to the show or something like that? Because I don't, because that's the difference for me doing that. And, yeah, and I agree with Garth, make scalping different, but then, then let's talk about the couple, they plan 3 months in advance, but somehow something last minute, like maybe the kid gets sick the day of the concert, that's rough.
That's rough, buddy.
But it happens, and so what do you do? And like, they have to cancel, and then it's the idea of like, hey, I would like, it's like, I want to, hey, last minute I had to cancel going to this, Garth Brooks show.
And I really like that.
And I unfortunately can't make our kid sick. What do I do? And you're like, anyone would like a ticket. Sometimes you give it for free. Sometimes we're like, here's a reduced price. I just want to make something, out of it, just lower price. I feel like that stuff is fine. The problem is these guys who will buy like thousands of tickets, mark the price up really high to make a profit. That's the problem. And that's where scalping comes in. And scalping isn't just, and scalping used to be just like, a guy outside of the show just being like, who wants a ticket to this show? Who needs a ticket? Who needs a ticket? I got tickets. It's like people buying up. It's like, if you know anything about the PlayStation 5 thing, people would buy like hundreds of PlayStation 5s, mark them up, and then like hope someone would buy it from them. It's crazy. And so I get the idea of scalping. I don't know, would that be considered scalping? Like, I use SeatGeek to buy tickets all the time, and those are typically last minute, and they're usually cheap, so I don't pay the scalper prices. The best advice I can give someone is just say, don't buy from the scalpers. Make them lose money on those tickets, because eventually there's a supply and demand of it too. Eventually they're going to have to, because if you get to a point where it's like, hey, I'm going to have a loss, but I don't want a big loss, you can try to get the tickets for a better price. That's the only way we can really end scalping. But I don't know. Tell me your thoughts if you think there's a better way to end scalping, or deal with scalpers. Because, like, like StubHub, like sometimes there's just people like telling the tickets. Maybe venues should be cool with Ticketmaster, be like, yeah, you can just return your ticket free. No big deal. We'll give you a full refund. Stuff like that. Maybe they could do that. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's maybe. I know you can like transfer tickets for concerts, and so that's really cool. But besides that, I don't know. But like, scalpers can do that too. So life's a dirty game. You gotta play dirty to win it. Let's move on. Also, I got a beer. Here's to feeling good all the time, folks. Please excuse the school I'd never went to, and that someone may have gone to. Hey there, you just checked out a highlight from Cancel Schweezy. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you learned something and that you are now a smarter individual. Just so you know, we have full episodes and other many highlights available now. Click here for the next best thing that you can go check out as well. And make sure you press that subscribe button and press that notification bell. That way you get updated anytime we make a new post or anytime that we make a new highlight or full episode. So thank you, honk if you love butt drugs, and stay awesome.